In the search for love, who among us has never found themselves? We enter this emotional labyrinth where we glide feverishly, awaiting that connection which makes us feel complete. Hope and disappointment pull us like waves onto the shores of our lives. And of course, love. Disappointment comes in those moments when the love we aspire to seems to vanish before our eyes, causing us to doubt whether we are seeking something that will never come. To tell a different story, a wiser perspective on love. One that doesn't rely on text messages or wait expectantly. It's a perspective open within ourselves, ready to be revealed in the world of philosophy, especially in Stoicism. I found guidance in Stoicism to understand why the desperate pursuit of love can be a path filled with obstacles and suffering. This philosophy values self-discipline, authenticity, and self-reflection. In the practice of the Stoics, I learned to look within myself rather than seek external praise or solutions to my questions about self-esteem and confidence. I discovered that love in its most authentic form resides not in another person, but within oneself. Thus, a perspective was born that I wish to share with you today. It's natural to desire love, to feel loved in our lives, but not to fall into the illusion that love is a magical solution to all our problems. We convince ourselves that the belief that love is the main key that will open the doors to a satisfactory life is dictated by societal standards and pressure, ensuring that someone special is always present. We've seen it in the realm of friendships, television, and social media. However, even in romantic relationships, problems and difficulties persist. Idealized expectations can lead to disappointment, and we may find ourselves searching for love even when we're already in relationships. As Stoics teach us, it's not reality that troubles us, but our opinions and expectations regarding reality. The illusion of love as a solution to our problems makes us believe that another person can be responsible for our happiness. However, as wisely stated by Epicurus, do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. True Stoic wisdom reminds us that love is a valuable component of our lives, but it's not the answer to all our dilemmas or conflicts. True happiness comes from personal discipline, authenticity, and self-reflection. Most of us have experienced physical presence, yet mentally, we are often locked in the past or preoccupied with the future. Practicing life in the present moment is like coming back here and now, paying attention to where life is actually happening. The present moment is a precious gift that is often underestimated and undervalued. We cannot change the past, and the future is uncertain. But in the present, here and now, we can act and make decisions. Practicing presence allows us to fully enjoy every moment of our lives, even the small pleasures. Life in the present enriches our experience. Food tastes better, laughter is more genuine, and moments become priceless. The importance of living in the present is evident. In our pursuit of genuine love, how can we build meaningful connections if our minds are elsewhere? Living in the present means facing daily challenges head-on and being authentic in every interaction. It's not about putting on an act. It's about honesty and sincerity in your relationships. In short, the undeniable urge to live in the present becomes apparent. As we continue to seek love, remember that happiness isn't in the past or future. It's in the richness of the present. Have you ever felt trapped in repetitive dynamics in your relationships? Perhaps you've wondered why you can't find love or why your relationships end, even when you've done everything right. In this journey of self-discovery, I want to talk about the value of personal growth and how it can change your perspective. In our pursuit of love, we often seek it externally, believing that another person will complete our lives. However, as Stoics remind us, no one is truly free unless they've freed themselves. The path of personal growth is a path of strength, overcoming obstacles. As Seneca said, there is no favorable wind for the sailor who doesn't know where to go. The value of personal growth becomes evident when we face our fears, take risks, and choose the difficult path. We can overcome fears, accept imperfections, and build relationships based on authenticity and effective communication. Let's talk about a powerful tool that can completely change your approach in the pursuit of love. Reflection. Reflection on the path to true love is essential. It's not about empty-minded silence. It's about delving deeply into your emotions, a conscious self-analysis that allowed you to explore your inner self for answers. By examining your thoughts and emotions, you can identify harmful patterns that repeat in your relationships. Self-reflection helps you confront these harmful patterns, delve into the roots of your fears and concerns, and understand why they persist. The magic of self-analysis lies not only in identifying problems but also in providing tools for change. You can work on your weaknesses, develop your strengths, and improve your relationships. Reflection is like a compass guiding you toward healthier relationships. As you get to know yourself better, you become more aware of what you truly desire in a partner and what you're willing to contribute to a relationship. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Enjoy the peace that comes after self-reflection. It's not just work, it's a path to inner peace and more authentic relationships. From a Stoic perspective, embracing the value of personal growth, developing unwavering discipline, and resilience teaches us that true progress comes from continuous striving for improvement and growth, rather than external pursuits. When we seek love from a place of inner strength and self-improvement, we cultivate stronger and more meaningful relationships. The need to be accepted, loved, and acknowledged is a reality in the society we live in, driven by social pressures, entertainment, and external expectations. We've learned that to be loved, we must first meet certain standards of beauty, behavior, and even success. Social expectations lead us to tirelessly seek love, often overlooking something vital within ourselves: self-respect. From a Stoic perspective, self-assurance becomes the foundation of inner tranquility. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, wisely expressed, "Life is short, and we carry what we carry equally. He who possesses the most is the happiest with what he has." This reflection brings us to a crucial moment on this path. Often, our desperate quests for love and acceptance from external sources lead us away from peace. Constantly comparing ourselves to others, seeking unattainable standards, fills us with anxiety because we never feel good enough. Self-awareness, according to the Stoics, involves accepting oneself with all our strengths and weaknesses. It frees you from the need for external validation and the constant pursuit of worldly possessions. In a world obsessed with comparison and always searching for more, Stoic philosophy offers us the opportunity to find richness in embracing what we already have. As Seneca wisely noted, find deep reflection. In our quest for love, we often forget the importance of being happy with who we are now. This statement reminds us that true wealth cannot be found in the recognition and acceptance of others or in material possessions. True wealth lies in finding satisfaction in our authenticity and living in harmony with ourselves. By accepting ourselves, we release the emotional burden of seeking external validation. This is why we shouldn't seek love but seek self-assurance before seeking external recognition. Self-assurance is not a denial of personal growth, but a solid foundation for it. By embracing our imperfections, we understand that genuine love does not require perfection. Self-awareness allows us to be vulnerable, communicate sincerely, and build relationships based on authenticity. As Marcus Aurelius said, "True happiness is found in enjoying the present without fear." What makes us unique is not seeking external validation, but focusing on our actions, striving to be the best version of ourselves, and cultivating relationships based on honesty and mutual respect. Understanding that external validation is not the key to happiness liberates us from the need to anxiously seek love. Instead, we find inner peace and tranquility that allow us to appreciate relationships in their broader context. Emotional independence, from a Stoic perspective, is a behavioral model we should avoid. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, we must be willing to change our habits if we consider ourselves emotionally dependent individuals. Independence reflects self-respect and self-esteem. When we are committed to our passions, projects, and personal growth, we become more attractive to potential partners. Independence does not mean isolation from others, but finding a balance. You can enjoy the company of others without losing your emotional autonomy. Independence is an act of self-love and self-respect in the pursuit of love. Maintaining your independence is crucial if you are a complete individual independently. Do not seek love as a solution to your insecurities. From a masculine perspective, independence demonstrates strength and self-mastery. As Cicero said, "True freedom is independence of mind." This statement urges us to deeply contemplate what it means to have an independent mind. As Stoics, we work to free ourselves from emotional slavery, to master our minds, and ultimately, our destiny. Living to maintain emotional independence, from a Stoic perspective, involves two main practices in our search for love: meditation and mindfulness. Meditation becomes a powerful tool for maintaining emotional independence. It helps us find balance in the tumultuous waters of relationships, teaching us to be present in the moment, observing our thoughts and emotions without being consumed by them. As Seneca advised, meditation teaches us to manage our emotions and find tranquility. During times of chaos, Stoics believe that meditation allows us to realize that our emotional reactions are automatic responses and that we have the power to choose how to react. As Stoics, this gives us a deep sense of control over our emotions and actions. Mindfulness is another important practice. From a Stoic perspective, mindfulness enables us to maintain emotional independence by fully engaging in our relationships, including active listening, being present in conversations, and being aware of our emotional reactions. Self-mastery is achieved through mindfulness. This practice enables us to recognize our emotions automatically rather than react impulsively. Making conscious decisions, from a Stoic point of view, these two practices, meditation and mindfulness, are fundamental for maintaining emotional independence and not seeking love that ultimately brings us more pain. From Stoic and masculine viewpoints, these practices provide self-control, tranquility, and mental clarity necessary for addressing emotional issues and making conscious decisions in our relationships. In short, the importance of maintaining your independence should not be underestimated. You shouldn't seek love to fill your voids. Instead, you should find someone who values your independence and complements your life. Communication is the cornerstone of our relationships. However, sometimes we find ourselves in a whirlwind of misunderstanding, meaningless arguments, and empty words. Words can create or destroy, and from a Stoic and wise perspective, we will explore why effective communication is so important for improving our relationships. Stoics teach us that effective communication is an art. It's about listening more than speaking, understanding more than imposing opinions. As Epicurus said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can hear twice as much as we speak. From a Stoic perspective, effective communication involves authenticity in what we say and honesty in expressing our thoughts or opinions. It's not about saying what others want to hear, but about speaking with respect. Patience is the foundation of Stoicism. In the quest for true love, Stoics teach us that love is not something we can force or rush. Instead of desperately seeking love, we exercise patience, knowing that time is our ally, nurturing wisdom within us. From a Stoic viewpoint, patience also allows us to develop inner strength to withstand loneliness and rejection. Patience reminds us that genuine love is a process not regulated by the calendar. As Marcus Aurelius said, nothing happens to anyone that he is not fitted by nature to bear, and the same holds true for others. It underscores the importance of patience and empathy in the pursuit of true love. From a philosophical perspective, effective communication strengthens our relationships and brings us closer to true love. It enables us to be vulnerable and share our desires, fears, and dreams. According to Makar, all victories lie in not trying to please everyone. From the Stoics' point of view, this is an invitation to reflect on how the pursuit of love and approval from others can cause even more pain. In our striving to please everyone, we'd often end up sacrificing our authenticity and our own needs. The Stoics teach us that instead of seeking external validation, we should focus on strengthening our inner strength and finding love within ourselves. Ruthless pursuit of love can lead to relationships based on unrealistic expectations and often leads to disappointment. The Stoics remind us that we cannot control the emotions, decisions, and actions of others, but we can control how we react to them. Desperate search for love can become a cycle of disappointments because attempts to please everyone often make us lose sight of what truly matters. For us, Stoic philosophy teaches that true emotional wealth comes from authenticity, patience, and understanding our own needs and those of others around us. So instead of trying to please everyone in the pursuit of love, let's focus on delighting ourselves, being authentic, and building relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. This is the key to discovering genuine and meaningful love that blossoms from within and is not desperately sought from outside. In today's world, it's common to see people trying to conform to predefined social roles, acting artificially, and hiding their true essence behind a social mask. But what happens when you let go of that mask and embrace authenticity? Stoics teach us that authenticity is the path to freedom. In the words of Epictetus, no one is free who is not master of himself. True freedom lies in being yourself without fear of judgment. Authenticity allows us to free ourselves from the burden of pleasing others and live according to our principles in a society that often pushes us to seek love through external approval. Authenticity becomes a guiding star that leads us to deeper and more meaningful relationships. When we are authentic, we attract people who value us for our true essence, not for a fabricated version of ourselves. Authenticity also gives us the strength to face challenges. As Marcus Aurelius said, nothing has such power to broaden the mind as the ability to investigate systematically and truly all that comes under thy observation. Through reflection on our actions, reactions, and emotions, this practice allows us to identify patterns and understand what drives us. Self-awareness enables us to recognize these reactions and choose responses that are more conscious and aligned with our values. A useful exercise from a Stoic perspective is keeping a gratitude journal, recording what we value and what makes us authentic. This connects us with our true essence and guides us on our journey of self-discovery. Self-reflection is not always a solitary pursuit. Seeking advice from a mentor or therapist can provide invaluable guidance on this path of self-awareness. Self-awareness makes us more confident in our actions and relationships. In the words of Epicurus, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. So, take the next step. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell. I sincerely hope this message was helpful to you. Congratulations on coming this far and finishing the video, which means you want to improve yourself as a person. If you enjoyed the video, leave your comments. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe now and join us. Thank you for your attention. Until next time.